Good evening, peace, love and light to you all, family. Welcome to another YouTube video with me, your host, Mathics Mahlangu. Now, on today's video, we're going to be talking about something very precious, something very beautiful, something very supernatural, something so mystical, so mysterious, something so out of this world, something so alien invasion coming from the womb, coming into the world through a portal. Goodness me. Or talk about alien invasions. What if aliens invade the earth? We are the aliens invading the earth. The only difference is that we are not coming through spaceships and through different things or like some planetary whatnot. We are coming through our mother's wombs. We are coming through the portal. We are coming through the vesica Pisces. We are coming through the woman. We are coming through umama. We are coming through our mothers. Mosadi. Umfazi. The greatest being. The most amazing being that has ever and will ever exist. Today we are talking about pregnancy and childbirth. Now, in my journey of spirituality, I am much more drawn towards the female side of things, because in my past it's whole English where you trying to go. In my past lifetime, I was actually, I'm not trying to give you secrets here, but then this one for you who have been subscribed and following me, maybe I can tell you, in my past life I was actually a female. I got a reading done, and I've always had a feeling before I got the reading done that I might have been a woman in my past life. So eventually I did get a reading done by a very powerful sister who does astrology readings, a wave goddess. You could check her out on Twitter. A wave, that's AWAVE goddess. Yeah, on Twitter, a wave goddess. So in that reading, I found out that I was actually a woman in my past lifetime. I was like, I knew it, because in this lifetime I'm actually drawn to talk more to the sisters, or it's actually the women that are more gravitated towards the information that I give out. I don't know if it's because I was that in my last lifetime, or because as a man in this lifetime there's just certain things maybe that I portray that they can relate to, maybe certain things that men should be saying more that they are not saying, and because most of the time it's that we as men tend to put ourselves above women, and we say that, oh, we are the best, we have the biggest bodies, we run faster, and we are stronger, we can lift more weights, or we can do this. But we don't understand that that's just a physical expression, and even at that, the woman is the physical expression. So we have just been given slightly something to say, okay, yeah, we might be physically stronger, but the woman is the physical. She's the one who gives birth. She is matter, she's water, and she's the earth when we look at it from an element perspective. And the men, we are more fire and air, so we are more mental and non-manifest. So the fact that we could be physically strong is because she allows us to be that, because she cannot dominate in all fields. She allows you to be that. So today we're going to talk about pregnancy and childbirth. We're going to talk about pregnancy and childbirth. Now, when you talk about pregnancy and childbirth, you need to understand that you need two things to happen here. You need a positive and you need a negative. You need a male, you need a father, and you need a mother. Now, the father, as I was just saying, the father represents the spiritual side of things. He represents the air, and he also represents the fire. So basically what he is in the whole manifesting of a child, which is you, which is your child also, because we are all sons of a daughter, and all daughters are all children that came forth from a mother and a father. So each and every one of us could be parents, and at the same time we are daughters and sons. So now the father in this whole story of a trinity of mother, father, and child represents the mental side of things. He's the idea. If you watch my movie where I was decoding Inception, in Kabbalah, in the study of Kabbalah, there are 4 worlds that the spirit or the divine mind, or what you call God, takes into manifesting into physicality. So there's the world of archetypes, there's the world of creation, formation, and manifestation, right? So now the father represents the first 2 worlds and the mother represents the next 2 worlds. So when you put them together, it becomes a 4. 4 is what? 4 is the foundation. Because if you take the number 4, it all ends with 4. Everything in creation ends at the number 4. Because if you take the numbers 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, if you add them up, they all account to 10. To 10. 10 is what? 10 is 1 and 0. That's the binary code in the matrix. That's the 1 and the 0. The 1 is the masculine, it's the alpha. The 0 is the omega, it's the feminine. And when they come together, boom, 6. Gunandi, it's nice. Life happens. So let me repeat that to you. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to what? It's equal to 10. And 10 in Kabbalah is the number of the sephiros that the divine mind takes into manifestation. So I just wanted to give you that blueprint or that layout before I speak about pregnancy. In fact, I was speaking about pregnancy because how does pregnancy happen? Number 1, the father being the mind, being the invisible, being the spirit, our Father who art in heaven. What do we call Mother Earth? Or what do we call the earth? We say Mother Earth. So the father is the above. He's the idea. He's the leader. He's the mind. He's the brains. He's the one who says, let's go, let's do this. The mother is the body. She's the one who manifests the father's ideas. So together it's a beautiful chain. It's a zip. When you zip it up, zip, that's what it is. One side is the masculine, one side is the feminine. And then that part that is able to zip them in between, that's the part that joins together. You see, it creates this 1, 2, bam, bam, a trinity. So now the father is the idea. When the mother and the father are having sex, what happens is that in the father's biological makeup, within the scrotum or within the testicles, which is the testimony or the part that testifies, the testicle, the testament, which represents the body. In the scrotum, the sperm swims up from the father's scrotum or from the father's testicles. It swims up his spine. This is deep science. This is deep metaphysics from the ancients. Very deep secrets. I don't even know if I should be revealing them on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, on YouTube, but then it's fine because anyway, this is the age of Aquarius. All which was hidden will be revealed, which is Apocalypse. Check out my next YouTube video where I'm decoding X-Men Apocalypse. Anyway, the sperm swims up the father's spinal cord, which is the staff of Moses in the Bible, which is the staff of Thoth or Hermes Trismegistus. The spinal cord. Your spinal cord is the rod. That's the stick. Indugu. It swims up the spine. It crawls into, or it enters the medulla oblongata, and then it goes to the 3rd ventricle, which is known as the cave of Brahma. And the sperm goes to get baptized in the 3rd ventricle by the father's soul. And then after that, it swims back down the spinal cord. And then, now remember, this is happening in the invisible. The father represents the invisible, the mental. And then after that, it collects, as it's going up and down within the father, it's collecting information. It's receiving knowledge from the father. spiritual knowledge, and then it crawls back down, or it swims back down, and then enters into the mother now, which represents the physical manifestation. So it goes from the father into the mother, and then when it comes in, these are too deep. These are too deep. I'm gonna start a Patreon account where it gives. I think this might be the last video where I give such information for free. Not that like people should be paying for this, but you guys have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea. Oh my God. And don't just believe everything that I'm saying. But you know what's nice? I know that like some of you listening to me right now, you're like, where can I find what he's talking about? I believe it, but you're gonna try and look and you're not gonna know where to find it. What books? Where should I look? What should I dream? You know, it's mystical occult. It's hidden knowledge. Hidden inside. It's already inside of you, and it's also hidden outside. Within secret books and but most of it is hidden inside of you. So that's why I'm saying that if you want to support the channel, you just go to the description, and then you could just support the channel if you like the information that is being given on this channel, because it's very, as I'm saying, some things are secret, some things are sacred. And back in the day, what I'm telling you right now, you would have to be initiated into the highest levels for you to know this information. You know, because most people have babies all around the world, but they don't know what's going on. I particularly, I'm not a father. I'm a soon-to-be father. My queen is not pregnant yet, but I will be that soon. But there's certain things that you had to be initiated into before you could become a father or a mother, or things that you had to know. That's why back in the day, when it comes to pregnancy, certain elders, even the mother, would know what type of child they were bringing into the world. They would know that, okay, my child is going to be a boy, or it would be a girl, and these are the type of gifts that they are bringing into the world. They're a singer, a musician, a doctor, a healer. They are an architect. They knew this because they were connected into the vibrations. They were connected into the both. They were connected to the both realms, the physical and the spiritual. So they could tell before the child was born what the child was about. In fact, the child would relay the message to the mother and say, "Yo, name me this. This is my name. Give me this name." The mother would go to the father like, "Yo, I dreamt of our kid. This is their name." Or the father would go to the mother and be like, "Yo, this is our kid's name." And the mother would instinctively know, and the father would also instinctively know that, oh damn, okay, that's our kid's name, because the name would become the trigger mechanism or the it's too deep. It's too deep. I don't know if I should be telling you this right now. I feel like I'm breaking some galactic laws. Mina kwesengantsheli lezinto lezi. And I've always been afraid to make a video about pregnancy and childbirth because I knew. But what I love is that these videos, someone might be watching this and it might just be going over their head, but then at the same time it might not be. But 10 years later, 5 years later, you know, the people who are 15 years old right now, by the time they get to their 30s and like 40s and 50s, and when they find these videos in the future, they'll be like, whoa. But like, because this is timeless information, you know, like knowledge, it's eternal. So right now I'm in a bit of a, but you know, I'm just gonna continue. Let me finish what I started, but know that I am going to I am going to reduce the amount of knowledge that I felt that I should be giving you, because I feel that no, I am breaking some laws by telling you this, especially free of charge. The sperm swims down the father's spinal cord and it enters into the mother, which represents the material. The mother is the feminine. She is the water and the earth. Now, in Kabbalah, we learn about the four worlds, right? It's the world of archetypes, ideas, and the world of creation, the world of formation and manifestation. So the father is the first two, archetype, creation. The mother is the last two, formation and manifestation. When the sperm, which has collected all the information from the chakras or the spiritual centers, remember that your chakras are information centers. So when the sperm is swimming up and down, it's collecting information from the father, from the mental, from the spiritual. Our Father who art in heaven, the heaven is the brain, comes down into the physical. The mother represented by what? The egg. The father is represented by the sperm. That's why it's the action, it's the leader, because the sperm is the one that swims and the egg is just laying there because it's the boss. It's like, no, Papa, you come to me. Come to me. It's just laying there. We see this also in the physical. It's mostly the man who has to go to the woman and says, hey, sesi, hey, waze wabamuhle. Kyaurata Joe. Joe, please, I love you. You just met me. How do you love me? I love you. I don't know what it is about you, but there's something about you that's just calling me. I do not doubt you in this moment. Are you being poetic? I'm not being poetic, but this just feels so romantic. There's something in your eyes that when I look at you, I feel that there's something within me hidden in disguise, but then only you can reveal it. Boy, talk to me. What are you saying? No, I'm not really saying anything, because your body, your stature, and everything that you are has already said it all. Ooh, boy. Girl, don't even try to stall right now. Can I take you to the mall, go shopping, or maybe we could just go back to my place so that I could look at your face even more? Boy, you're gonna drive me crazy. Romance. This is what it is. It's action. This happens on a physical. The man goes to the woman. He says all these poetic shandies because he's really feeling it. He's not faking it. He's like, I want you. The pregnancy begins way before. And this is the child in the spirit realm, in the higher dimensions, talking to the mother through the father. The child, the child in the spirit realm already knows its mother and father. And it's like, these are going to be my parents. And it sets up events in order for these two to be the ones that birth it. So from their own unique perspectives and dynamics and way of growing up, it can learn certain lessons that will allow it as a soul to develop into a higher version of itself. After birth, there's two births. First birth, second birth, that they speak about in the Bible, right? So you choose your parents before you were born. So you set it up, and they also set it up themselves. It's a synchronicity. When they are falling in love, it's because you are making them fall in love, but then they are also falling in love with their own accord. So the father goes to the mother as the sperm, and it's like, hey, egg, I wanna. And then the egg is like, ooh, daddy, come through. And then the egg goes in, and then the sperm goes in the egg, and then the big bang happens. The melanin explosion. Boom. And then from there what happens? Woo! What happens is that when the sperm hits the egg, the whole evolution of the universe, the trillions of years from the stars condensing. Remember, they say that each and every atom inside of you was once part of a star. All of that information begins to multiply. In the embryo, it begins to come together. It begins to explode, and you repeat all of the trillions of years, all of the billions trillions and trillions of years of a divine mind condensing itself into physicality in your mother's womb. Now, in Kabbalah, we learn about what they call the Ein Sof, and the Ein Sof O, which is the triple darkness of space before God created itself or manifested itself into something that could be physical. So in your mother's womb, what happens is that you repeat the 3 trimesters, which is the 3 trimesters are the 3 darkness or the triple space. What happens in your mother's womb is what happened in creation before the creator manifested itself. So all of that, the 3 trimesters are representing how the divine mind came into physicality. So within that, those 3 months, they are also the 3 days that Jesus spent in the tomb. Remember they said that Jesus, after they whatever they killed him, that killing was the death in spirit and coming into physicality to be born. It's also the 3 days that Jonah spent in the womb of the whale or in the stomach of the whale. It's you in the tomb. It's you in the womb. You're not ready for this. You are not ready for yourself. You are not ready to really know what you are. Don't tell me about your job. You are trillions of years of intelligence coming into life, coming into physicality. I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. You read the Bible. Where's this Bible? You read the Bible every Sunday. I knew you, the scriptures. I knew you. Who is saying that? And who are you? What does that mean? It means that you are a pre-existent being, and you are out here being obsessed and being controlled by the type of car you drive, the money, the clothes you wear. You are being controlled. That's nothing, man. Come on. You are out here looking at the most mundane things. I gotta live in this type of house. I gotta have this type of purse. I gotta do this in order for... No, that's superficial. That's artificial. That's nothing compared to who you are. And who you are is... Oh man, who you are is a divine thing, a divine entity. I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. This means, Uguti, you had a life, you had a thing, you had an existence before. You were you were a thing. That's much more intelligent, that has been locked in this body. Remember now, as the higher chakras represent the higher parts, the higher mental. So when you swam back down in your father's spinal and you went into your mother, what you were doing was you were collecting the material energies, the material manifestation, the physicality. And when you became physical, as you entered into your mother's womb, you came into the tomb, which is the grave, but which is also the school or the womb, the room in which you had to learn how to now consume all the elements and now rise above that. There's verses that says that the last thing that I will conquer is death. What Jesus was talking about is not death when you die and then they bury you. No, death is ignorance. When you die, you are actually being born back into the spirit. The real death is the ignorance of your spiritual self, who you are spiritually. That's death. When you are born, you die. And when you die, you are born because you are a spiritual being. But then you had to go through alchemy. Just as a butterfly goes through a stage of being a caterpillar, goes into a cocoon, your body is the cocoon before you become the butterfly. Corinthians speaks about the old body and the new body. This body is the caterpillar. Your spiritual body after death is the butterfly. It's now pregnancy and childbirth. When you are in your mother's womb, you are in the fourth dimension. You are so when you are in your mother's womb, you are dreaming about the life that you are going to have. Remember, I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. So when you are in your mother's womb, what you are doing is dreaming of the life that you will have, and then boom, you manifest, you were born. And what happens is that you go through birth trauma, because being born in the physical world is actually a trauma. It's scary because you are a spiritual being, unlimited. All of a sudden you are born into the world of limitation, into the world of cycles: summer, autumn, winter, spring, introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. You are born in the world of cycles. You are born in the world of duality. You are born into a temporal body where you are introduced, you grow, you mature, and you decline. But eventually what you are a continuum. That's what you are initially, but then you come into the world of cycles for certain lessons in order for... Not ready. You're not ready for yourself. You are not, no. Why did I talk about pregnancy? I knew it. I've been delaying this for so long because I knew it. Okay. In terms of whether there's going to be a part 2 about pregnancy, is going to depend on the people. If you want a part 2, because I'm just breaking rules, galactic rules, and my own rules, and my people's rules, and secret society's rules. I'm not in no secret society. I'm the secret, you're the secret. We are all in a secret society, but you've just forgotten this, and I'm like the one who's supposed to remind you, but then I'm breaking the rules of the game because, I gotta step by step, but then it's fine. Father, let's summarize it. The father is the mental, the spiritual, the air. The mother is the physical, she's the water, she's the earth. Father, the sperm, is the idea. The mother is the potential for that idea to manifest. Father, mother having sex, that's creation. Swims into the mother. Mother now formulates you when you are in your mother's womb, going through the 3 trimesters, 3 triple darkness of space, Ein Sof, Ein Sof, Ein Sof, Ein Sof, before the creator manifests itself. And then when it manifests itself, Keter, boom, you are born as Heru, the hero, the one who is now born through amnesia. And then you must remember who you are, and then you must rise and become the God that you initially were, but now you rise to become an individualized God. That's the whole purpose. That's why in Africa, they knew that when a woman is pregnant, there's certain rituals. When you were pregnant, you were not allowed to go to certain places. They would put like golapeng, they would put certain things. They knew it. They'd be like, yeah. They would put like a stick in the middle of golapeng, and you could not just go in because it was a sacred time. It was a spirit coming into physicality. So you could not just walk up, I'm here to ask for sugar. No. Hey, Jordan, stop you at the gate. Hey. There's a transitioning happening here into physicality, so that there were certain rituals. Women would be kept in a certain place. Women are powerful. There's so many things about women that you could talk about. The breast, the milk. Number one, understand that. Have you noticed how things that have to do with life, some of them are white? First of all, the father's semen that seeds you into life, it's white. The mother's milk that she feeds you, what is it? It's white. That's another story for another day. That's what I'm saying, this whole conversation about, it's a lot. But anyway, in summarizing it, there were certain rituals and certain things, rites of passage that... Peace. Love and light to you all, family. Much love to you all. I hope you keep growing on your journey. And mothers and fathers, know that you are special. Be there for your children. And also you who are children to fathers And mothers, be there for your parents because they actually go through a lot. Some things you might think that your mother doesn't like you or your father doesn't like you, but they love you. If you were to take the time to look at some sacrifices that they make for you to be here, they may not show it in the way that you think that they should show it, but they really love you. They really love you because they brought you here and you chose them. You chose them because you knew that through them, there's certain things that would allow you to awaken in order for you to be at the vibration, to be even watching this YouTube video right now. If you were born to different parents, you probably would not have gone through the certain conditions that would allow you to develop the certain necessary lessons for you to be able to receive this and to perceive this and to understand this. Because if you could show this YouTube video to 99% of the world, most of them would be like, what the hell is going on there? But you can understand it. You, the one watching it right now, you can relate and be like, hi man, yes. Because I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. You are pre-existent. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, you were always there. There was never a time when you were not there. You just temporarily became physical for a certain purpose, for certain lessons, for a certain task, for a certain homework. God disguising itself as you. Pregnancy and childbirth. You are Christ. You are the Holy Child. You are the one who was prophesied to come. You are the manifestation. You are Jesus. You are Buddha. You are Krishna. You are Mary. You are Joseph. You are all of these. Samson. You are Delilah. You are all of them. This is your experience in physicality. You collecting and much love to you all, family.
So many sacrifices for us to go.